My name is Jack Grimaldi, chemistry enthusiast, and today I'm here to talk to you about polymers, one in particular, nylon. So first I'm going to give you a basic overview of polymers. So basically a polymer is a substance that has a molecular structure that consists of a bunch of small units that are bound together, otherwise known as monomers. Examples of polymers are synthetic materials that are used as plastics or thermoplastics. One of these is actually nylon. So now I'm going to show you the harm and benefits that polymers can have on our environment and society as a whole. So first, the most harmful thing that can come from polymers is that they are non-biodegradable. And this is kind of the root of all other problems relating to polymers. Non-biodegradable means that if people litter polymers or they're just left around and not recycled properly, they're not going to break down and disappear in the environment. They're going to harm the environment in many ways. One of the ways that this happens is that seabirds and other animals eat the polymers and die because they think it's actually food. They think it's food because they don't know any better than to assume that everything that they find in the environment is food. And they're dying because inside these polymers there are poisons and other bad things like cyanide and other dangerous chemicals that can actually kill them. Another reason the fact that polymers are not biodegradable is bad for the environment is that they just sit in landfills for years and years without ever breaking down. Not only does this take up a lot of space on Earth simply for waste, but chemicals that contribute to global warming like nitrous oxide are released, further deepening the issue of global warming. These gases released from polymers not only pollute the environment, but can also cause severe harm to humans and other species that can result in serious health complications. Polymers can also be very useful to society because we use them in a lot of daily activities such as plastic cups, water bottles, clothing, and other important items. Polymers are, for the most part, recyclable as well, and if we utilize properly, recycling all the existing polymers in the world could put a significant dent in the issues of pollution that are very serious in our world today. Most of these issues surrounding pollution are because of polymers and the fact that people don't know how to properly recycle them, which is why there's a significant amount of polymer presence in our oceans today specifically, and recycling them properly would, in fact, put a significant dent in this issue. Now that we got the introduction out of the way, it's time to talk about why we're really here. Nylon. Nylon is one of the most used polymers in the world. It is used for many different things, including to make umbrellas, to make a lot of clothing like swimwear, activewear, underwear, like all the stretchy ones, because of its elastic qualities. It is also used to make military gear like parachutes, rope, and other things, like backpacks as well. Nylon is a derivative of crude oil and is made up primarily of coal and petroleum. When nylon is used to make something like a toothbrush or any of the things that I mentioned before, water is used to cool the fibers and then it is molded into the shape that is needed, and then there you go. As for the synthesis of nylon, it is created through condensation polymerization, and this is when two molecules join and lose smaller molecules as byproducts. So in this example with nylon, adipoyl chloride and hexamethylene diamine are joined to create nylon, and the byproduct of this is hydrochloric acid. In addition, nylon is a very polar molecule as it is part of an amide group. As for the bonding in nylon 6,6, there's a zigzag formation through the carbon atoms, and the carbon atoms can form 4 single covalent bonds, which gives it a tetrahedron structure. This provides it the characteristic of being elastic because the zigzag pattern makes it very elastic. Now let's talk about some pros and cons to nylon as it relates to the environment and society as a whole. Start with the pros. First, nylon, not a lot of it is produced every year. In fact, it is produced less than polyester, meaning that not a lot of pollution is occurring in the creation of nylon, or not as much as any other polymers. In addition, it is very recyclable. You can produce a certain amount of nylon and then stop and just recycle the rest, and all the needs of the world in regards to nylon will be satisfied. Also, it is an incredibly durable material, and it is very, very long lasting. Because when it first came into the fashion industry, for example, it was used to replace silk, because silk stockings used to rip all the time. They started using nylon as a substitute because it lasted so much longer. So this goes back to the point on it being very recyclable, because if you can find a way to recycle nylon very efficiently, then it's very beneficial because it lasts for so long, so it can be used for many different things. And this brings me to my final point, that it is very versatile in use. It is used globally and is used for a lot of different things, as I mentioned before. Now let's talk about some cons. First and foremost, it is not environmentally friendly. In fact, 70 billion barrels of oil per year are used to make polyester, and polyester requires less energy to make than nylon does, proving that a lot of energy and natural resources are necessary to create nylon. Also, the production releases nitrous oxide, which is a significant contributor to global warming. As I was mentioning before, it releases these gases that are damaging the earth. Also, dyeing nylon, like for clothing purposes, like dyeing your clothes and stuff like that, it pollutes the water because the process in which the material is dyed, it pollutes water resources around the world. In addition, as I mentioned before, it is not biodegradable like all other polymers. So this means it pollutes the air by sitting in landfills, as I mentioned before. It also releases sulfuric acid during the production of nylon, and this is bad because it causes cancer to people that are working with it, which is obviously a very, very severe con. Finally, it contains cyanide, which is a poison that kills other animals when they ingest it. So when I mentioned before that other animals like seabirds were ingesting it, they're dying because they're ingesting the cyanide, which is a poison that is, killing them. In addition, the fish that are ingesting these plastics and that are somehow surviving, if humans are catching them, there are signs of these plastics being found in the food that we're eating, which in fact does harm us. Now, here's the most important question. Why would opening a nylon factory be beneficial for the island of Villi Novi? Well, as I have specified throughout this video, nylon is a very versatile substance that is used to make many different items all around the world. Opening a nylon factory would not only create many jobs for the people, but also supply their economy a significant increase in income, because everyone around the world uses nylon in one way or another. In addition, the oil refinery located close to Villi Novi is a major benefit to opening a nylon factory, because, unlike other polymers, nylon is derived from crude oil and a lot of oil is necessary in order to create it. Finally, opening a nylon plant gives Villi Novi an opportunity to revolutionize the way the rest of the world recycles nylon. Currently, the world does not do a great job at recycling nylon because it is but it is in fact a very recyclable material, and if Villi Novi can perfect a way to reuse and recycle it, the rest of the world can benefit, and the big issue of global warming can become that much smaller. There are, however, some obvious problems that could arise by opening a nylon factory, the most obvious being the pollution. In creating a nylon factory, Villi Novi will also be adding to the big issue of global warming and pollution. As discussed previously, the gases and other substances involved in making nylon cause air pollution and water pollution, as well as possibly cause cancer or fatality to humans or other species. The water pollution could have an impact on the fish population surrounding the island, which would impact a big food source for the people of the island. Even though there are possible issues involving opening a nylon plant, there are even bigger risks in opening one for a different polymer, such as high-impact polystyrene. There is much more demand worldwide for nylon because it is much more durable and versatile in use than high-impact polystyrene. In addition, not only is high-impact polystyrene non-biodegradable, meaning it produces pollutants just like nylon, it also releases 1,3-butadiene, which is a toxic and carcinogenic gas that is much worse for the planet and the ecosystem of Villi Novi than any substance that is created from nylon. So to sum up, yes, there are some obvious possible problems that could occur when opening a nylon plant, the main one being pollution. However, there are risks in anything that you do in life, and a nylon plant has more benefits that outweigh these risks, including an increase in economic income, as well as a chance to revolutionize the way the world recycles a very important plastic. So I believe that Villi Novi should in fact open a nylon plant over any other polymer. Now here's some video interviews to show what other people know about polymers and what they think should be done about this issue. Alright, I'm here with Daniel Fiorito, and we're gonna go through a couple questions about polymers. So Daniel, first and foremost, what is a polymer?
No idea.
No idea?
No idea.
Okay, that's alright. Next question. Do you know what nylon is?
No.
Okay, so I'll tell you this one.
Okay.
Do you know like the stuff that's used to make like umbrellas and like that?
Oh, like the
that
fabric?
colored rope and stuff. Yeah, like fabric, like pantyhose and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Yeah, okay. So it's like that.
Yeah.
Basically. What else? I'm gonna edit through all this later.
Yeah,
That's fine.
for sure.
Shit, I don't know how to do that. Okay. Okay, so now that you know what nylon is, have you ever thrown it out?
Probably.
Have you ever recycled it?
No, I probably wouldn't
No.
think it'd be used for recycling.
Oh, alright. Are you aware that nylon is very durable and that it can actually be recycled? Did you know that?
I was not aware of this.
No? Alright, that's all. Thanks.
Awesome.
Alright, I'm here with Julia Zampero, a 6-time VC soccer champion and star student.
Yeah.
And first question, Julia, what is a polymer?
I have no idea, Jack.
Disappointing.
Sorry.
Next question. Do you know what nylon is?
Nylon?
Yeah.
Isn't that like a material? Like,
Yes.
that you can like tights are made out of that. Like
Yeah,
nylon.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's that stuff. Like umbrellas are made out of it too, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. Okay. So have you ever thrown out nylon?
Yes, I have.
Yeah? Have you ever recycled it?
No.
Did you know that it was very durable and you could actually recycle it?
Nope.
That's all. Thank you. Alright, I'm here with Simone Grimaldi. Simone, your first question is, what is a polymer?
I think it's like when you marry more than one person.
That is not what it is. Alright, next question.
Alright.
What is nylon? Do you know what nylon is?
Is that like the thing you wear with a dress?
Yeah, it's like the stuff that they use to make pantyhose and like umbrellas and stuff like that. Okay.
Should have taken chemistry.
Next question. Did you know, have you ever thrown out nylon?
I don't know, probably.
Have you ever
Regret.
recycled nylon?
I don't know.
Did you know that nylon was a very durable substance and that it could actually be recycled?
Never. Nope.
No, you didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
Alright, then having
I'm
known this, what would
uneducated.
you do to promote the recycling of nylon?
I definitely would have made it aware to my peers so they can know this really amazing and helpful and useful fact that honestly has changed the way I've thought about nylons.
Alright,
Thanks,
thank you.
Jag.